All right. Clap it up, clap it up. Happy Monday. Let's make it Monday, make it happen Monday. All those things that encompass a Monday. And where we at? We at Hub 13. How y'all doing?
We back home.
Oh, we back home. Because we have been traveling. We have been all over the place. And guess what? We are live on YouTube. So thank you, YouTube. Yes. You're on a different whole other channel. All right. You know, we're at Hub 13. Welcome to Adrian Gracefully. We are just so delighted to be back home. But like I missed the place. You know what I mean? I missed y'all. You know, we were traveling, going out to different establishments and meeting the seniors where they are, talking with them, connecting, and that was a great time, right? We didn't record everywhere we went, but we were out and about in the community, and right now we are back here together. And boy, do we have a show for you today. We won't keep you long, but it sure will be strong, okay? So here we go. So the topic for today is the government shutdown and what does it mean to seniors, right? And then what's your opinion on world news and Trenton, New Jersey? Because we're broadcasted live from Trenton, New Jersey. So wherever you are, you may be dealing with the same things we're dealing with. Right. But we're talking about Trenton, New Jersey. We are a live studio audience. So if you ever want to come out and be a part of us, if you want to be a part of the panel, just email me YR535@msn.com or just stop by Hub 13 West Front Street, Trenton, New Jersey, because this is where we are. So please, everyone, introduce yourselves. Let us know your thoughts, what you've been thinking about, what's been going on the last few months, last few weeks, or the last few hours. Okay? Let's go.
Go ahead, Clarence. I want to know what you've been thinking. What? You heard what I said? I want to know what you've been thinking. What did he say?
He want to know what you've been thinking.
Oh, we went to a meeting the other day, and we felt it was most appropriate to attend this meeting. And when we got there, we were the only ones there.
Excuse me, let me cut you off. Let me excuse me. The president called me this morning.
Oh, okay, good.
The president called me this morning and said that he was under the weather, that they had sent out an email that they was canceling the meeting. They're going to have it this Saturday.
Okay.
But he said he did send out an email, and then of course I called some other people and they said they got the email, but I didn't get the email.
But the security at the desk didn't get the email because he could have turned this around at the desk.
Right.
But I'm not going to be critical. And as you notice, I did not name the organization because you saved them today, because I really had a mouthful.
Yeah, because he was so nice and graceful about it.
Okay, all right.
I was intending to tell you, but you know, we got
Okay. Now the other thing on my agenda this morning, I'm letting that one go. Anchor. Okay. Anchor has been going to the senior buildings here in Trenton. Now they'll be in my building this Sunday at 9:30. Anyone, you can come to South Village, and I think I don't have the paper, so I'm not gonna say where they're going next Sunday, but my building was next to the last one. They already been to two. They've been to Trent Tower East, so forth and so on. But my thing is this: if you're in the neighborhood, you need to come, because this way you can ask questions about Anchor. You can, if you've applied, they will go online and let you know the status of your claim for Anchor. And also, if you haven't applied, you can apply then. So it's very important that, you know, it's not necessarily just for the residents of Village, South Village 1 and 2. It could be for everybody. So they're going to be there between 9:30 to 11:30 this Sunday morning.
The address?
Coming up. Okay?
The address.
So put that, you know, it's not, you know, it's important, because I'll tell you what, many people have gotten letters saying that, you know, they've been carried over from the last Anchor check. Then some have only gotten one Anchor check in 3 years. We've got confirmation letters and this, that, and the other. So it's your opportunity to question the program. And if you're not getting one and you got one before, they need to tell you who you owe, because they will take Anchor money and pay old debts that you have, you know?
Is there a deadline, do you know, for people that have not applied yet?
You know something? Off the top of my head, I'm not gonna say because I don't remember. I'm
Okay.
having the senior moment.
Where's the address at for them to come on Sunday?
Huh?
The address for them to come on Sunday.
312 Lela Street. It's right next to it's a great big car wash, and it's a cemetery across the street. And there's a building right there on the corner of Stokely Avenue and Lela Street. And that's South Village 1, and that's where they're gonna have it. Just find a parking spot, come on in. There's a great big community room area when you come in, plenty seating. And if there's an overflow, they have a theater that has seats, and we can all go into the theater.
Awesome.
Okay?
Thank you for that.
All right?
Need to be informed about
I
that.
don't wanna be the only one talking this Monday,
No,
so
because you were-
I'm gonna pass it on, cause I wanna know about the trips and everything.
Okay.
You know me.
Okay, I'm Alberta Thomas Martin, half of Twin Tours. The other half is sick right now, and she needs a lot of prayer. So I'm asking everyone that knows the word of God to pray for her. We don't have any more trips scheduled for this year. Lord willing, next year we have New Orleans in October. We have the Canadian side of Niagara Falls and the American side of Niagara Falls, June, July, and August of next year. Lord willing.
Wonderful.
So everyone is,
How
as long as you're
can
nice.
people get in touch with you guys?
Okay, they can call me because Roberta's not taking phone calls right now. So you can call my phone at 609-433-1604. So, and you can send money orders for your deposit. You can ask for a flyer, so I can send it to you over the phone. So, but we do believe in traveling and making good use of your leisure time, because you're making memories. And sometimes memories are all you're gonna end up with,
That's right,
you know?
That's right.
So you need to do something while you can.
I love it. Thank you.
Well, this is annual, and then I'm gonna shut up. But this is annual re-enrollment or enrollment in not Blue Cross, it's just Medicare health insurance, which could be any company. But when I was resident council president in the housing authority in my building, I wouldn't let them come, and I'll tell you why. Everybody 65 has a carrier, okay? They don't tell you that you can apply if you cannot pay the premium, because every time your check goes up, your Medicare premium goes up with the check. So some people have special needs. The Department of
Community affairs.
no, it's right around the corner from where we're sitting right now. It's right on the corner. What is that? Human Services?
Oh, he was
Yeah, right here on the corner. You can apply there and get your Medicare insurance paid for. Okay? I won. So I know it for a fact.
Okay.
And also, so this covers your Medicare and your supplement, because everybody needs a supplement. Medicare, remember, is only, if you're A and B, you're only for hospital and doctor. Prescription and the rest, the dentist and the vision and all that comes under C, D, E, F. They got all kind of letters. So, don't be fooled. If anything, check your plan online, okay? And just check your plan online. Look it up, the company that you are. Look at what you have. You can put your ID number in and get information on what you are already covered for. Because actually, this is enrollment time, and it's until December the 7th, but you can enroll anytime. Trust me, you can. But I just want to put that out there. Be aware of what you are investing in, because there are plans that will cover most everything. And then this way, because right now, I just came out the hospital a month ago, and I haven't received a bill yet.
Okay.
Oh, that's wonderful.
All right? I've been looking for it, but, and also too, if you have extensive bills, if you've been hospitalized, charity care is still available. Don't let anybody tell you that it's not. It's still available.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, now I'm gonna shut up.
Our professional agitator.
My name is George Daniel. I'm a professional agitator because I go anywhere and talk to anybody about anything. I've been riding throughout the city of Trenton and Mercer County, talking to different people, going into the barbershops, talking to the fellows, talking about the election that we have coming up. And I found that our people are the most informed people as to the day operation of how the government works. It is sad because the politicians, you don't see them till election time. Or most of the time you see a sign, you don't even see them. But my thing is this, and I'm not gonna tell anybody who to vote for, I'm not gonna tell anybody that. This is what I say. Listen at what the Democrats say and watch what they do. Listen to the Republican Party and you can see everything they doing. And if you like what the Republican Party are doing to the black people, that's your party. That is your party. But if you don't like what the Republican Party is doing to black history, and we're not going to even go into the name it, because it'll take a whole week to tell it all. But you can see what they're doing and the way they mistreat black women. And even black men, I'm talking about black men Republicans, they have the audacity to talk against black women. But I guess they forgot their mama black. I guess they must have forgotten. They might have forgotten their sister black. I don't know. They might have forgotten that. But I'm not gonna base this on the black man, on who he vote for, who he don't vote for. But I just want everybody to look at what the Democratic Party are attempting to do to help you, and look at everything that the Republican Party are doing to destroy the black communities throughout America.
And democracy, and the Constitution. Everything about this country.
They're trying to go back to Jim Crow. I know about Jim Crow. I grew up in Jim Crow. I grew up in Birmingham, Alabama. I was a little boy when Emmett Till was a little boy. That's when I started hating people, when they killed Emmett Till. And I would never forgive anyone that treat a child like that. And I hear these people talk about black crime. Well, black crime ain't nothing compared to what done happened to black people. How many black people you know bombed the church?
Right.
How many black people you know bombed the school?
Or hung somebody.
How many black people do you know tarred and feathered somebody? How many black people have lynched somebody that you have heard of? Because people used to go to lynchings on Sundays, dressed in white, eating chicken, and watching lynch people. That used to happen in America. So how in the world could you ever be as violent as a person that would do something like that?
Right. Well, you know, you heard about that little chat they had about what they would do, you know, to rape the black women and hang them, you know what I mean? So they're talking about it, they're in the White House, they have these chats, and God knows, God will come and bust up everything. No matter how the devil try to spin things around, God will make a way that we know what's going on because they're being exposed. It's called exposure. So you're saying that you want to do these things and rape women and all these things. So I told my daughter, Mom, what is you doing? I said, I'm getting in shape because as soon as they come this way, okay? As soon as they come over here, they try to rape somebody, oh, you're going to get something, okay? Or you're going to get something. So what I'm saying is, it's out there that they're saying to you, when they say they want to bring that back, those are the things they're talking about bringing back. Nobody want that?
No.
But here's something else too. Now this is something that they put people on the Supreme Court. Now they're supposed to be above everything. They're on the Supreme Court. They don't lie, but every one of them lie in the Republican Party that said what they wasn't gonna do. They said they wasn't gonna reverse Roe v. Wade. They said they wasn't gonna reverse affirmative action and so forth and so on. They're trying to gutting the voting rights bill. That, you know, everything, all the games that we had throughout Dr. King and other people, they're trying to rescind all that.
Well, who's responsible for that?
That
court not being balanced like it should. Mitch
McConnell.
Under Obama, he would not put an Obama appointee even in committee.
Mitch McConnell, alone with the people that wrote Project 2025. They've been trying to get control of the Supreme Court because this is a long time plan. This is not an overnight thing. This is a long time plan, well read out, well financed. Every white man that you see that's on television speaking out against black people, they are well paid. They are well paid. And every black that you see speaking out
are well paid.
Well paid. To me, I can understand a white man. I can understand it. Because where in the world have a white man ever treated a black man right? Where? But a black man does, he's a race traitor. That the whites don't like him, and the blacks don't like him.
Where you gonna go? We find so you gonna run.
But he think because he getting a few dollars,
And
everything is all right.
It's only a few too.
Yeah.
Not compared to what they get, you know what I mean?
And also too, when you think about it, no offense, that's why you got light-skinned blacks, brown-skinned blacks, and black blacks, okay? Now who you think the light-skinned blacks belong to? Who they a part of?
Well, you have to understand.
Massing from the big house.
They've been raping black women since they first came, since they
Absolutely.
brought them here.
They always been done with
Because
this.
they started off raping them because they said they owned them. So this is my property, I can do with it as I please.
That's right.
But I don't care if it's your property, if your mama, your sister, if they
was
say
another
no,
thing- it was another
no
thing.
should be.
That's right.
That's what it should
Yeah.
be, no.
That's right.
But it should be more men, I think, speaking the way you speak, right? Because I think the men have gotten comfortable and saying, well, it wasn't my mama, but it probably was your grandma.
Right.
Well, you know what I'm saying? So we've gotten to the point where we're like, oh, it wasn't me. Yes, it is you. When you run around here all confused in your mind and not knowing what's going on, it's because you had not done right by your ancestors. So no, you're not going to sleep well.
A lot of times you don't know because a lot of your history in the United States has been buried.
Been buried.
Okay?
But we do know, regardless of what they don't show us, we do know the struggle that our family went through.
Absolutely.
So when somebody say to me, "Oh, I know what we went through," you know we've been through something. Even the textbooks don't show it. We know something went wrong. Something is not balancing out.
Well, you can tell that from the thing that blacks invented, but didn't get the credit for.
Yeah, they invented so much.
many.
Look,
So
Take
look,
it this.
look at all the things that black invented with a white name on it.
Give no credit.
No
No
credit.
credit.
Give
No credit for it.
And then too, look at all the businesses say. So you say to yourself, the reason why a lot of us are confused because they all confused. They took everything away from us. So the last name Johnson, McDonald's. That's their McDonald's up there. When you say McDonald's, you own all of them own the Johnson and Johnson, McDonald's. All those famous last names are names that they use to give us. So do we get a piece of McDonald's?
No.
Not
But
at all.
here's the deal. This is the sad part.
I'm
Whenever a black organization asks the government for money, you begging. You are begging. Whenever any black organization bring up reparations, anything, you are begging.
That's right.
But now, somebody explain this to me. When the Europeans came into America,
They all got paid.
and they had the great land grant, and they gave all those white people all that land, millions and millions of acres of land
Right.
in the West and in the Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't give blacks anything.
Nope.
Not only did they just give them the land, they taught them how to farm. They mechanized them. They the United States government. Fannie Mae and all these housing organizations, when blacks wanted loans for these houses, they wouldn't let them have them. They built Levittown, Levittown, Pennsylvania.
That's right.
Levittown, Pennsylvania was built for white
It
people.
was.
It was built for white people.
And not too many of us still live there.
It was built for white people.
But I tell you what, I'm gonna just say this in there. My mother knew about that and slid me right on in.
But let me tell you about me.
And I was able to graduate from over there, from Pennsbury High School. Because
Okay.
let me just say this. I want to say this because we have to be smarter than the average bear too.
That's
Okay,
right.
when they do certain things like that, you got to say to you, okay, how can I get my child? How can I be a part of that? Because guess what? You're not gonna single me out. You're not gonna shut the door and we're not gonna come in. We gotta get our foot in the door, right? And you know what I'm so thankful for? Because I was able to go to a family's house every morning. They would pick me up and I would go to their house and have breakfast. And the father would sit there with the newspaper and he would go over everything. No one else would listen but me. Everybody else would be like, oh my God, here you go again. But for me, who I am, he would tell me everything and I still use those same theories he taught me then. Like he said, white people don't use our money. If I lose my house right now, I bet you I have one by the end of the week. Really, sir? Absolutely.
I went to a segregated school. And in these segregated schools that I went through, there was no fighting. There was nobody fighting, turning out the school. There was none of that. Because the principal knew all the parents.
Right.
The parents knew all the parents knew the principal. And they knew the teachers. Because a lot of teachers lived in my neighborhood where I lived at.
Well, you had
The
no
bandmaster
You had
at
no
Washington
choice.
Northern High
choice. It
School
was a good choice.
lived 4 doors down from me. And he was the bandmaster at the high
That's
school.
right.
His
That's right.
wife was a school teacher. We had a Dr. Mack that lived in the neighborhood. We all lived together.
You know,
And-
Spring Street used to be like that.
Yeah, that's where a
You know,
community
Dr.
is supposed
Brothers,
to be.
Dr. Williams.
On that corner, yeah.
And when they had some at the
and-
school-
And Lawyer Williams and the
Right,
Dinkins
right.
family
Yes.
and the Newsoms.
That's the
okay?
way of the
All
neighborhood.
lived on Spring Street because they couldn't live in Ewing, Lawrence, or Hamilton
At that time.
at that time.
Mhm.
But as soon as that 64 legislation went through, they were the first to leave, okay? Which destroyed the neighborhood,
It's Yeah.
Which was a mistake.
okay?
It's
Yes,
the
it
same
was.
thing.
Yes, it
It's the
was.
same
I bet
thing.
they could, they come back right now.
It's the same thing that's happening now. Young blacks going off making a lot of money and you don't see them anymore.
Anymore.
You don't
Right.
see them. Our PhDs and master's degrees and all these people, you don't see them now. You don't see them now. So how are you gonna have a community with all the brain power somewhere else? You got to have
Well, not necessarily
leadership,
brain power, what you could be
right?
as a young person stepping out your door.
Because
or
you
I
got
can
an
be
example.
Nurse Dobbins,
Right.
or I can be Dr. Sullivan, because they all lived in the neighborhood.
Yes, yeah.
You know,
And-
it's a big difference.
And the people that went into the military,
Mhm.
when you came home from the military, all they wanted to do, they didn't care if you didn't have no rank. All they wanted to know was, do you got an honorable discharge? That's all they cared about.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's all they cared about.
Yeah.
Do you have an honorable discharge? When they saw that, oh, you
Oh,
was
you
all
good.
right.
You all right.
You was all right. Because if you came home with a dishonorable discharge, you disgraced the whole neighborhood.
Disgrace, that's right.
And this is how black people looked at each other.
And we need to go back to looking at each other and uplifting each other. And I just want to say this, and this probably is unrelated, but it's still related, about how we need to treat people, right? Mr. Willis and I were out the other day, right? And this young man, you know, people, everybody done something, right? So we were out the other day, and Mr. Willis and the young man was saying hi to us. So Mr. Willis said to me, he said, he said, I think I know that young man. I think I remember him when he was a little kid. So I said, okay. So he came back in. I said, young man, I said, I call everybody son. I said, son, Mr. Willis thinks he remembers you, right? And when he saw Mr. Willis, he was like, oh gee.
Yeah.
They hugged
I
and
remember
embraced
when
each
they
other.
shot him in his eye.
Oh, my God.
They shot that boy in his eye at Roger Garden on the 3rd floor when I lived in the high rise in Dallas. That's where I knew him from.
That's where you knew him from. So now he's made it to world star.
You tell us outcome.
Yeah, so
Tell us
right
outcome.
now, so after we saw him that day, he was happy showing us pictures of his kids. It's real nice, everything. Mom, I love you, blah, 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 blah. Next thing I know, the next day, he's on World Star, where someone done kidnapped him, held him hostage, beat him on live for over an hour or so. Now the young man is in the hospital fighting for his life.
No.
So what we're saying is, regardless of what you may do or someone has done to you, restrain yourself. If someone has done you wrong, call the cops. Don't take the law into your own hands and then go live and beat somebody. So now you got a person in jail, and you got somebody in the hospital fighting for their life. For what? And they all was friends.
All behind some jealousy and bullshit out on a corner.
But they were never friends.
That's what I said. They was never friends because
That's right.
yeah,
That's right.
because the whole time he
Because
beating
he
the
could go in
man,
that
he told the
bar.
man he loved him. You don't love me.
No. You don't know who loved you, other than your family.
Yes.
You don't know who loved you. That's why. That's why you don't worry about who like you. Who you may not like a person, okay? But you do what you have to do to get what you want, as long as you don't hurt that person.
Right.
But they stand out there on that corner with no morals, no principles, and attitude, dog eat dog. But you know, the only dogs they eating is themselves. Because actually, you know something? Nobody's gonna miss that young man, but maybe the bartender where we went, because of the fact he would help him from time to time. Other than that, you just another one from out there that was in the wrong place at the wrong time, or you offended somebody that has no morals. You know what I mean?
Well, you didn't have to do anything to them.
I-
But this is one thing I noticed about life. You never know who like who.
That's right.
When people go to talking, you gotta be very careful. Because you don't know who like who, and you don't know who is who, and who knows.
Somebody, that's right.
So if you can't say something good about a person,
That's
if
right.
they're not there, just don't say anything.
That's right.
Especially in the crowd, and you don't know who you're talking
Yeah.
to.
My grandma say all the time, my grandma's from Columbus, Georgia. If you don't have nothing nice to say about nobody, don't say
Don't say
nothing
nothing.
at all.
Well, it pays not to.
That's right.
You don't know who you're talking to.
I was at a place one time and a lady was told this girl's whole situation, and I said, I know exactly who you're talking about. But you don't know who knows what
That's
somebody
right. No, that's right.
I was just on a cruise, standing in line, hearing the lady talking about the person she went on a trip with. And I turned around and I said, ooh, because you don't do that. You said you don't know who know who, but I don't want to go with no one who got to talk about me behind my back. Okay, I call it no water cooler conversation, because I don't do water cooler conversation, but a lot of people do, and then the story never is the right way. You know what I mean? So you have people disliking people for no good reason. But I tell you what, people that dislike black people as a race, I think that you need to really check yourself.
They wasting their breath if they just like me.
But yeah, I know, right? We love it though, but we're living rent free in your
They
head,
just like me.
you know? But no, also, before we wrap it up, tell me about this government shutdown and what do you think it means for seniors?
Well, so far, it's not going to affect us because the check will be there in November.
The Social Security
Yeah,
check.
the check will be there. You know, I done checked already.
Okay. What about
No,
their
because you
food-
know
what about
something, when
their
you
food
live
stamps?
on a fixed income, you better check to see how your money's gonna roll. You know, I don't care how much you got stashed away, you still counting on that so that you can put some more away and
Right.
still cover your
You
expenses.
got to live.
That's right.
And what about their food stamps? How?
The food stamps, it's still shut down, November 1st, you will not get food stamps. Alright? Also too, if it's still shut down at the end of the year, you will, Medicaid, not Medicare, Medicaid will be cut, it will be reevaluated, okay? They're gonna take 20 million people out of the healthcare system. That's why they're out now, and the government is shut down. Think about it. If I'm the party in power, do you think I care what you are putting on the table for me? And here, you know, start from day one, January 20th, 2024. You brought that prejudiced South African white man in to do your dirty work while you sat there and, no. That's all part of 2025 too. But they brought a front man into it, okay? And he showed his behind. He let you know. So the cutting is still going on, and it's not just government employees. If you had a government contract, okay? My granddaughter apparently had a government contract down in Richmond. She's still not working, okay? And she has a master's degree, okay? So the trickle down, you don't know who it affects, but I'm gonna tell you what, January 1 this year, I look for the government not to be I look for it to be shut down into January. Then they're gonna come to a compromise, because then they're gonna start putting the propaganda out for the midterm elections.
Yeah, but the only way,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
but the only way that they can come to a compromise, the Democrats got to stay strong. Because
Absolutely.
if they bend,
Absolutely.
it's all over with, and it's wasted. It was
But
wasted.
there's nothing to bend for. If you know I'm gonna take this paper away from you, why would you give it to me?
Yeah, but here's the deal. You done forgot about them people that give them that campaign money. You done forgot about them. Say, look, now y'all put up a good fight. You looked good, you know. But this other 800,000, we gonna put it in your account.
What you're saying is very true.
Right.
Because what you're saying is very true, because it reflects back to what you said earlier. we need to stay on top of
Well,
what's going on.
Well, guess what? November.
Politically, community-wise, the whole 9 yards.
Mhm.
I mean, 'cause look where we are right now. What are they doing on East State Street?
I don't know, but let me just say this. But let me just say this real quick before we go. November is a time to vote. We got Virginia and New Jersey are the only states that is voting for this electoral, right? So guess what? This is very strong for us. So if you live in Virginia and you live in New Jersey, put your boots on. Put your boots on, get your fan out, or whatever you need to do. Get in line, get your family involved, call your grandmother up, the grandkids, anybody over
That's
18
true.
years old,
That's
right?
true.
Get them in line and let them know, get them to the table, right? And then also let them know that, listen, start eating good natural food, okay? I had beet juice today. Y'all know beets taste like dirt. But it's healthy. I'd rather eat dirt that I got than you giving me the dirt, okay? So listen, grow I don't care if you put a garden inside your house, outside your house, put it in the garbage can, a bucket, something. Start growing some vegetables at home. Don't listen, because a famine might be coming, right?
That's true, that's true.
Get ready for the famine because you don't want it to come and you're not prepared. God is saying, be prepared. The only one who ain't gonna have the oil for their lamps is the one who wasn't paying attention. Get off of social media, worrying about who got what and who don't have, and worry about what you need in your household, not nobody else's, but your own. I'm being serious. I'm just saying.
And buy you a blender.
Yeah.
Buy your food.
So
another one.
So another way, what you're saying is, turn off BET, take out, done all them other channels that don't give any news. You look at television all day long and don't see any news. All nonsense. But my main thing is to this, to all the white people in charge of the Democratic Party, put some money into the black community if you want to win. If you want to win, you got to quit putting all your money chasing white women in the suburbs. You got to put some black money into the black community so they can get organized, register people to vote, and make sure they get out to vote. Don't keep talking about it, do it.
Yeah. And
But
make
they better
sure
be
everybody's
careful.
getting,
They
and
better
don't
be
just keep
careful.
giving the money to your
Yeah,
friends.
Wait a minute, but they better be careful who they put that money in there.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Well,
Don't give it to their friends.
you
You gotta be careful.
You don't give the money.
That's why ain't shit in Trenton.
That's
You
what
give the
they do to
money,
their friends.
you give the money to the grassroots leaders. See, the mistake,
We ain't
this is
got
the
that.
mistake they've been doing.
Right.
This is the mistake that they've been making. They go into certain areas
Yeah.
and they pick people because they are well liked and thought of. But these are not the people that's down here
That's right.
with the people.
That's right.
If you want to talk to a man that's standing on the street corner, don't go get no preacher. Go get a man that be on the street corner.
Right.
Because they got something to talk about.
Yes.
They're not gonna talk
But
down
when
to
they
each
put
other.
those people on the corner, which they have, especially when they got the petitions to sign to put you on the ballot. Oh man, look, you got to ask these people if they're registered voters.
Right, this is what I said.
Oh no, they're gonna pay me, and that's it. So that's why
You
the
got to
petitions don't get the
But here's
numbers
what I'm
in.
saying.
that- oh,
That's
it's
why
So
like-
you
got
give
to
them
put
$50.
You got to put some money
But
out
if
there.
you out there on drugs, you know how much $50 is?
Yeah.
But you're not doing the work.
We're talking about the people that's doing the work. We're talking about the people that want to be able to walk up and down the street at 3 o'clock in the morning and count their money if they want to. We were talking about the people where you don't have to worry about your child going out to play basketball and something happening to him. There are people that actually love people that's out there doing the work but don't get any recognition.
Right.
And the people that's getting all the recognition, all they doing is talking.
Right.
Yeah. So nothing's getting done. So we're still in the same spot, going nowhere
No,
fast.
no, that's true.
And so when you
That's
go
true.
and talk to these people and ask them if they registered and they tell you no, so okay,
Then you can't sign this petition.
now we going down here.
Right.
We're
They
going
gonna sign
over
this
here.
piece of paper right
And
here.
we gonna register you
So
up
you
and
mean to tell me
everything.
you've been doing some street teamwork for the last 3 years or whomever, and you still talking about we ain't got but 10 people registered. So what y'all been doing?
Nothing.
This is what I'm trying to say. Like people need to be checked.
See, a lot of times, they just have these organizations with these names on it. It sounds good. The names sound good. But then when you ask them, well, what do y'all do?
They can't answer.
What do y'all do? What have y'all done?
They can't
Uh,
answer.
what we do is, what do you do? Well, what we do is, what do you do?
Nothing.
What do you do?
You gotta get grant
I
money,
don't
probably
see
grants
any
on
place,
that.
and I'm on every street in Trenton. So you can't tell me about what you're doing, cause I don't see you.
Yeah. Well, all right, y'all. So listen, we're gonna wrap this show up, and we're gonna come back again next week. Our next show is gonna be on the 27th.
Okay.
On the 27th of October, we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk more. We want to thank everybody for tuning in. We on YouTube, y'all. Woo! Clap it up for Adrian Gracefully, my amazing panelists right here. We love y'all so very much. If y'all have any questions or concerns, please email us, put it in the comment. We will comment back to you because we are about getting things done. It's your girl Yolanda L. Robinson. We got the queen over here.
Alberta Thomas Martin.
George Daniel.
We'll be back next week, Paige. Woo! Do the wave on them, y'all. Do the wave.
Well, Sunday I
Okay.
went over to the attic building.
Oh, yeah?
And what they told me,
What they take?
ooh, it's worse than when you was there and I was there. And I'm gonna tell you what, the show I saw outside,
They got no.
I didn't go.